Get back up there.
Yeah!
I think Dunham's had a stroke.
Wow.
We did it! We made it!
We did.
Welcome.
We did make it.
Offensive Combat Open Beta 2.0.
Hey, hi,
Hey,
Ian.
it's the guy from the Royal Tenenbaums.
Hey. You
It's,
see our
no,
names?
it's cool Jesus.
That's right.
Buddy
Hey,
Jesus.
everybody. Welcome to the launch of Offensive Combat Open Beta 2.0 with the stream. I'm here with Chris Archer and Michael Shore. We work at U4iA. I'm Jeremy Dunham. And behind us here, that's Alex. Where'd he go? Alex Keefe.
There he is. He's gonna.
Mark is getting a beer over
He's
there.
the guy that actually hits the button.
He is the guy that's going to hit the button right now to activate Offensive Combat Open Beta 2.0. If there are any problems, we'll pretend nothing is happening.
That's right, and we'll just keep broadcasting.
That's right.
Yep.
So go ahead and hit the button, Alex.
Hitting the button.
Welcome to the show. We have a lot of show for you today. There's a lot of stuff to get to.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. So it's been months in the making here. Plenty of work has gone into this game. You guys excited? You happy?
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Alex, let us know when the button's pressed.
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited.
If you want to play offensivecombat.com,
Wink.
then please feel free. Well, that's weird. Please feel free to head on over here.
Wait, where'd my face go?
To offensivecombat.com. This is our brand new website. You just hit this play button up here. See that?
Whoa, cool.
And it is up. We have confirmation that the game is up. I'm going to wait a couple seconds so that if I hit play for free, it doesn't say can't connect.
Nice.
And there you go. So it works. Go play the game. Woo!
Now everyone's going to leave the stream.
Yeah.
That's right.
Peace
Probably
out.
They have questions.
So it's... What's that?
She's saying we're in mono.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We are in mono.
Oh, that's
That's true.
normal? I thought we
Yeah.
fixed that.
So,
Eh,
doesn't matter.
that's the same thing.
You can hear
All
us.
right.
All right, so where were we? Oh yeah, new stream. Here we go. This
Yes.
is the game, new graphics, and we're at everybody.
And done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
I think it worked.
They're like,
Let's
no,
have a
not
beer.
so fast.
That's right. So
Not so fast, guys.
Offensive Combat Open Beta 2.0. There are a lot of changes in this game, plenty of them, both in terms of additions and things we're still working on. Can you talk a little bit about the game and what the main goal was, Chris,
Yeah.
when creating Open Beta 2.0 and what it's all about?
Yeah, I mean, we say a lot of changes, we say a lot of different things in there, we say new features and things like that, but really, to me, this is an evolution of the game we had before. So we felt like we had a really good center gameplay experience, and we really started to build around it. And so through feedback, through our own designs and things like that, we actually formed what is now OC Beta 2.0. And so everything from the weapon progression, right, which was fairly flat in the past, and we've really pumped that up, as well as new systems around poning, new crafting system, which is really exciting, and a whole lot of just a million things, right? The evolution didn't just touch like big features that people are having questions about or excited about, but actually each and every little bit. So every effect, every model, every sound, every level, everything was touched in some way during the course of the last few months while we were working on this. And that's important because we didn't just kind of do some new features and then call it 2.0. We touched absolutely everything in the game, and so we're excited about that.
Okay, for those of you in the chat room that are saying, hey, I can't play yet. It takes a little bit. They hit the switch. It takes a little bit for it to roll over. Does it start in the East Coast or does it start in the West Coast as it moves over?
I think east to west.
East to west.
Europe might come in after that, so keep trying.
So keep trying. It is a bit of a process. It takes a few minutes. I don't know the exact numbers. Alex, how many minutes does it take?
I see some people
More than one.
saying it's working, so that's good.
Yeah, so just give it a chance to mosey. To mosey on over.
Mosey.
That's right. Let's talk about things. First and foremost, as Chris said, this is a big evolution. And if you're just joining us, and you can play the game at offensivecombat.com, or follow us on Twitter, U4iA Games, or like us on Facebook at Offensive Combat. We put together a couple videos last week that really kind of shows what the game is about and how it's changed. Some of you may have already seen them, some of you may not have, but we actually wanted to play them for you right now as you log on and get ready to play the game, so you have a bit of a primer and understand what's changed in the game since then. So let's start off with a video that Mike did last week. Michael, sorry. I like to
Sorry,
abbreviate
I answered
everything.
a mic too. It is kind of my
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, that's true. Here we go. Weapons.
Don't say it. Clear. Offensive Combat Open Beta 2 is coming to a browser near you starting September 5th. One of the most asked questions we've gotten since we announced the new beta has been, how has the weapon system changed from the original game? Our new weapon tree system is divided into 4 different types. Primary weapons, which are assault and sniper rifles. Secondary weapons, which are pistols, submachine guns, shotguns, and heavies. Melee weapons, which are basically anything you can swing at your opponent, like frying pans or knives. And grenades, which are things that go boom or poof. Each weapon tree is a 5-tier system, with all players starting with a single Tier 1 item. As players progress through each tree, they'll unlock new weapons in higher tiers that are more powerful than the tier before it. Besides the weapons that are unlocked, we also have premium weapons that are available in each tier regardless of your progress. At the launch of Open Beta 2.0, our premium weapons will be Tier 2 and Tier 3, with licensed weapons from Airsplat and Brick Arms. Regardless of which tier your weapon is, all weapons, except premiums, can be upgraded to a maximum of level 5. The higher the level, the better it performs. How does it increase in level? Once a player has earned enough WXP or GXP, they can then spend those currencies to research the next available weapon level. From there, they can use our in-game currency, silver coins, to purchase the newly researched level, and then they can repeat the process. Besides the weapon levels, players can also research additional modifications for their guns, which follow the same process. Research the mod, and then purchase it with silver coins. Additionally, new custom skins can be purchased for every non-premium gun, and, since they're vanity items, they're purchasable with real cash only, which we're calling gold. We've already mentioned XP and upgrades, but let's be more specific. Offensive Combat Open Beta 2.0 features 3 kinds of experience points. WXP, or Weapon XP, is weapon-specific experience, which is earned by killing enemies with that specific weapon. It can only be spent on the weapon you earned it with. GXP, or Global XP, is experience that can be spent to unlock anything that requires XP. Don't have enough WXP to unlock that new sight for the Arbiter Assault Rifle? You can use General XP to split the difference. OXP, or Overflow XP, is earned when players use max-leveled or premium weapons. If your Libertine MS-74 weapon tree has all the nodes researched and purchased, for example, then OXP will accrue if you continue to use it. That OXP can then be converted to GXP. One final important aspect of the Open Beta 2.0 weapon system is our new durability feature. As each weapon is used, be it through firing guns or swinging melee weapons, that weapon loses sturdiness. Let your weapon drop too far below the durability line and its performance starts to degrade. Players can repair any degraded weapon regardless of its condition with the easy-to-find repair button found right here on the weapon details screen. Simply spend the required silver coins and you're good to go. Though we've touched on the main elements of Open Beta 2.0's weapon system, there are plenty of other changes we've made. Several new weapons are slated to appear for relaunch, in addition to overhauled tuning for existing weapons, new visual or sound effects, more than 100 new skins to customize your weapons with, and much, much more.
And we're back. And we
We're
lost
back.
Chris. He couldn't take it. He's gone.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We had that's an overview of the weapon system. Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome.
Archer actually just went to go check to see. We had a friend in a foreign country that wasn't sure if he could access or not, so he was going to go check. So thank
Yep.
you, Chris.
Yeah.
He's going to go find out for us. So welcome back. The footage you're seeing now is of Open Beta 2.0. This is, as you might notice, there are some major differences in this game compared to what Open Beta 1.17, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, what was I don't remember the last update. It's been
We had
quite a while.
17 updates, 16 updates, somewhere in there.
Okay.
But what's changed? Weapon-wise, like what
What
we're
hasn't
looking at right now.
changed? Well, you're looking at someone that looks like they've got the Arbiter in their hands, which is the default primary weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big changes that we have for weapons is that there's a power curve to them, and they're tiered weapons. So the Arbiter, for example, is tier 1, and then you can progress and you can move on to the K36, which is tier 2. And then on tier 3, we'll have the AK, and so on up to tier 5.
And the weapon being used right now for people who are just joining us, what tier weapon are they looking at? What weapon are they looking at for our new viewers?
This is the tier 1. It's the default primary weapon. That's the Arbiter assault rifle. And they'll also
Classic.
start a classic. They'll also start out with the Minarch pistol as their default secondary, the plank shank as their default melee, and the frag grenade as the default grenade. And those are all tier 1s.
I think the coolest thing about the new system to me is that now everything upgrades, has a progression path.
Yep.
So not just weapons and kind of a flat like leveling path, but lots of different choices, and then each of the types, primary, secondary, melee, and grenade, all have an upgrade path. Actually gets stronger and more more meaningful as time goes on, and then you open the sort of sister to that, like the bigger and bigger version of that as you go on through play, which is a big deal.
And if you don't want to upgrade certain aspects, you don't have to. Like every node, while you have to unlock it to progress, you don't have to. You don't actually have to buy it.
If you want to see for yourself, you can head on over to offensivecombat.com. We just hit the switch about 6 minutes ago.
Yep.
So it might not be available just this second as the servers still come online across how many places we launched? A lot.
Worldwide.
Across the world.
I was just there. I ran over and I just wanted to check a couple things because I saw some notes, and it's just taking a while to instantiate across the world. I just saw a really cool tool that you guys hadn't seen that actually has the whole world, and you're actually seeing the servers light up.
Oh, awesome!
And it's really cool. So that's what I was. That's
what
took me so long to get back.
Because you were just hanging out watching it go.
I was just hanging out. Yeah.
So if you're trying to play and you're getting that message, just be a little bit more patient. It should be in your area in the next few minutes. Just give it some time.
Yep.
Right.
Sometimes the internet's slow.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Rarely.
Usually when we
now.
stream.
It's always slow for us. So.
Yeah.
Usually when we stream, because things always go perfectly well.
Thanks,
There we
guys.
go.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
There.
Feel
You
better
good?
now?
I'm getting stabbed by the table, but that's cool.
Yeah. The table
Just
doesn't
saying.
like you.
So
what's up?
Well, we have a number of questions that we promised on the last stream that we would answer on this stream.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask one of them now, and we'll see if more of them come up as we talk about the game. And one of them is, where did all my weapons and gear go? And, one of the things about weapons and gear, if you played in the first beta and you came back now, and this is your first time, you might notice, hey, I had a bunch of stuff. What happened to all of it? Either one of you guys want to tackle
Yeah, sure.
where that went?
I'll hit that one. First of all, it all changed, right? And so that's the single biggest reason why you don't have your gear back. Literally everything we put into a pile, and we said, what do these things mean to the player over the course of time and progression? And if we would have given back a Havoc, it would have been the wrong tier, and they would, there would have been upsetness about the fact that I had a weapon that wasn't all the way maxed out. And we literally just put it all on the table, put it all up on a board, and we started putting these pieces back together. And so, to be fair for everybody, we actually reset everything, right? Not only weapons, but also gear and everything else in the game. And so, we want everybody to start off fresh. This is really a brand new experience from top to bottom. The core game experience is the same, but everything around it is different. And so, because of that, there just wasn't an easy way to not just hit reset. And while you never want to have to do it, in this case, it was really a meaningful reason to do so.
Yeah. But if you were here with us before, one thing we wanted to point out is that, and you can see this on our blog at offensivecombat.com or U4iAGames.com.
I'm going to bring up the rewards. Okay.
Yes, is that we have the appreciation program. And what this is let me click on the link here, do a little zoom-o.
There you go.
And what this is what the different things that you get if you were a supporter of us before. You can see we have them broken into different tiers. Tier 1 is what Chris just mentioned. It's what everybody starts with. Tier 2 is if you played our game at all. You didn't spend any money, but you just spent your time with us and you made it to level 14 or under. You get the additional items you see there, which is extra silver coins and extra OXP. And then if you were a veteran player of 15 and above, then that's tier 3, and we add a bunch of other stuff like the Ranger outfit, and then you get the purchasers. And what that means is that it doesn't matter if you spent $1 or $100. We are going to give you 100% credit back into the game in gold, so that you can then spend it on what you want.
Yeah, use it for whatever you wanted. And yeah, so we feel, we're excited about the things that we handed back out. I think some of the cool things, if you don't know the detail on the list, a lot of times we send stuff out and then we don't have tons of detail around it. The character that we give, right, and the shirts and the OXP and the coins, all these are going to help these players that have been around for a long time get a leg up on the competition right out of the gate, and get to where they were in terms of their status, in the game right out of the gate. And it's not, it's not going to get them there so quickly that they're going to dominate everybody, but they'll always have a little bit of a head start. And so that's our thank you to that crew that helped us a ton. And of course, it's escalating, right? So the more and more time you've spent or how long you've been in the game, you got more and more items. So that's
the fly swatter.
Cool.
That's a tier 2 melee weapon right off the bat.
Yep.
For players that were in the closed beta, the OC Gangsta shirt. That's or OG Gangster. I forget what it is. Is it OC?
OC Gangsta.
OC, yeah. That's a tier 2 shirt.
There
so
it
it gives you some more armor. So there's some little things in here that really they're going to help you and give you a leg up, as Chris said. So.
Yep. Yeah, and like you said, Jeremy, if you spent $1 in the game, you got the equivalent of that to use on whatever you want in the game.
You got $1 back in the game.
You didn't get $1 back, but you got the equivalent of $1 back.
Which is about...
It's 100 gold.
There you go.
So you got 100 gold for every $1, and it's right out of the database, and so whatever you spent is given right back. And we didn't do any fancy calculations on that. It's literally whatever you contributed during the course of your gameplay experience. And now the cool thing about that is that there's all kinds of new things that you can spend that money on, not necessarily the old stuff. And things that we had in the old game some of them don't exist. So there's all kinds of new stuff to explore. Get into the shop, go into the game, see what you can get.
We have the weapon trees,
which is what we're looking at right now.
Yep. Speaking of,
and thanks to Chris Vanderleest, who's one of our environment artists here. He's the one who captured this video of moving through the weapon trees. This is his character, so you know what he has. His weakness has been exposed. But this is from a level 1 character, so we can show you exactly.
This was actually, this was during testing and all of
2 days ago.
So this has all been reset. So he might choose a totally different path now that we're up and live. So.
Right.
You want to take a couple of questions?
Sure. One of the questions that well, hold on. I'm saying my name a million times.
I'm seeing some around controls and some other things. So, why don't we answer? Why don't we talk to them about control configs?
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're done. It's just a matter of time at this point.
Yeah. They were quite high priority, but they didn't come in on time, and so they slipped until our next update. Which will be really soon.
Yeah.
So
literally, it's done, and we just need to test it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just too risky to add it in at the last minute.
We don't want to break everybody else for that, but that's coming online. It's obviously very important to us too, and we didn't disregard it, but we want to get everybody playing and get them back in there, and so I'd say probably within the matter of days, those things will come online.
Yeah. Dublin Johnny has a quick question. It's where's the Twitter sign-in? Twitter sign-in should be coming.
No,
shortly,
we took it out.
Right?
We took it out entirely. Anybody that had a Twitter account, drop us a note for customer service, and we'll give you the credentials.
Oh, I'm thinking of the follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter is coming on.
Yeah.
The Twitter login part wasn't being used at all, and so and they changed quite a lot of stuff in the Twitter requirements, and so we're using just Facebook, Google Plus, and U4iA login now.
And soon to be Gamers First in the near future.
That's right. When we have partners coming online, those partners will have their unique logins as well.
There you go. So another question that we've gotten quite often before the release of the new game is leaderboards. Right, leaderboards is something that folks have asked about. What is the status of leaderboards, and where can we expect them to go? And we have lots of notes here, so you'll be able to check
totally.
them out.
Well, as this is a total revamp of the game, a lot of stuff we're still revamping, and leaderboards is one of those because it relies on stat tracking, and that has been totally redone. So Ian, our our data guru can have better and better stats to help us tweak and polish the game better. So leaderboards will be coming online later on this year, and probably be featured in our official release,
Yes.
which is coming this winter.
Yes. So if this is the first time joining us and you've been part of the original open beta, or this is the first time you've seen open beta 2.0, we're moving into release this winter at some point. When that is, we'll obviously have a specific date as we get closer to it. But the idea is this is no more betas after this one. No more testing phases. No. This is our last one before going full release. There, we said 2 episodes in a row.
Sometimes you do go full.
You go full release.
Yep.
We've gotten a comment a lot from our friend in Siri over here who's running into an issue.
I took a look when I ran away. I took a look and it's working as expected. I'll check one more thing, but we'll check on them. It is actually in fact open. It might just take some time for it to propagate across the country, and so. And no conspiracy. It's I checked specifically.
It's also possible that some countries, in general, depending on their own setup, just might not have access to offensive combat yet, right? In general, somewhere.
Yeah, there's going to be some. Yeah, I mean, we'll just, we're not talking about it specifically, but there's we're setting up. We have new partners coming online. Mm-hmm. We have new servers going up, and we want to make sure everybody has the best experience. And so. If you are having issues, please feel free to hit customer service and hit them up, but I don't expect a lot of that. And
partners that we've already announced that we've partnered up with are Kongzong and Gamers First and
That's right.
and Anova.
That's right.
We've already announced those and talked to those. Those are all partners that are going to help us in various regions across the world as we get closer to release.
Almost globally. Yep.
So leaderboards are going to be awesome. Looking forward to those.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is the most asked question that we get, and we promised you that we would answer it in the next stream. So here it is: are you gonna have clan support?
Absolutely.
There you go. Done.
No, that's not done. No, I mean, this is something that's been asked for a long time. Hell, it's been asked by me for a long time here at the studio, and it's frustrating for us sometimes to talk about when it's coming online. If we would have done it, we would have had to redo it. At this point, and so based on the new game experience, and so lucky we didn't have to sort of pull the plug on that and then redo it entirely. So we're working on that now. We actually have some really cool things that are just that are unlike other games that we're doing with that. We didn't want to just come out with just a plain wrap clan system like you might expect, but something really, really unique, and I think people are going to be really excited about what we have to offer, especially, and I'll give you a little hit, especially for players that are that fancy themselves professionals or tournament leaders, things like that. We're going to have a setup where it's really, really set up for that pro gamer league kind of setup, and then that feeds into tournaments and other things that I'm sure we'll talk about on the show as well.
And specifically, so everyone knows, we have said soon, it's coming soon. We're working on it specifically so you know the clans are going to be in the game by the release version, which again is we're slating for the winter. So sometime before the end of winter, final release version.
That's right.
Clans will be in there. So we'll have, as we will for all details, we will let you know specific dates when we have them within those time frames. We want to let you know. Another question we're getting quite a bit related to clans are private rooms. That's probably the second most asked question we get after clans. And Michael, do you want to take this one? Private rooms.
Sure. Private rooms as peer-to-peer stuff or sort of your own leased server aren't going to happen. But we will have custom games with the release of the game, which you'll be able to create a private room, and hang out with your friends and, customize server settings and whatnot. So, in terms, that's how our private rooms are going to go.
But it's not going to be, they're not going to have their own server or peer-to-peer play. It's housed within our server.
No, it'll be housed within our server,
and we've always said that. I think, additionally, with clans comes private rooms. I think that's, they're kind of part and part. They come together very closely. And
clan practice, clan scrims,
as you see those things,
whatever,
they're hand in hand. And so as we start to talk more about timing on clans more specifically, you'll also start to hear things specifically about private rooms as well, because they're being developed in tandem.
And our Syrian friend is still letting us know they can't get in. And remember, it will take a while to get across there. You don't have to panic just yet.
Nope,
I'd say give it some time. We'll let you know. Key bindings we touched on earlier, but we've seen it come up a couple of times while we've been talking. It will be in the next update of Offensive Combat.
Absolutely.
Because we rebuilt everything for this release. We just couldn't get it all done in time because we had to rebuild them all.
Yep. We just didn't want it to. We just didn't want people to not have the full experience with the bindings, and so could have had bugs in it, and we didn't want to ship anything that was buggy.
So next update, look for that, and we'll have news on when you can see the next update fairly soon. TM.
Oh no!
We got to use
no,
that
not ready. I still want a
I'm
shirt.
not using that. I'm not using that.
I want an in-game shirt.
I'm gonna. One other thing I'm gonna just tell you guys before we go to another video we want to show you in case you haven't seen it yet is standalone client. This is something we've been talking about for some time. This right now, Offensive Combat, is playable only in the browser at the moment, but as you can see, it looks console quality and better depending on your machine, and runs very well. But people want that standalone client. Chris, we've been working on it for a while. What's the status of that?
Well, it's in test. We've built a bunch of them over the course of the last 6 months or so. We just want to make sure that it's rock solid before we send it out. But it is faster than the web browser just by nature of it being 64-bit. And we're excited about getting it out. We're going to do really extensive testing over the next month or so. And so I imagine in the next couple of months, we're going to probably start, calling out some specific members and, let us know if you're interested in being a guinea pig of the standalone from the forums. We'll probably pick out a handful of people to actually give it a try and actually see how it performs outside of our in-office environment.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm excited about that.
So look for that thread. We'll
Yep.
put that on forums.u4iagames.com or forums.offensivecombat.com. We'll let you know, and then you let us know, and then we'll let you know, and you'll play it. Lots of knowing. So in case you haven't seen it yet, in addition to the video that Michael did last week, we also did a weapons crafting, or I'm sorry, an avatar crafting video, and I did that one.
You did.
Yeah. So
it was great.
Here, thanks.
Yeah.
Here's this one. Watch it.
Or not.
There we go.
We're just days away from the launch of Offensive Combat Open Beta 2.0 on September 5th, which makes it the perfect time to reveal details about our all-new crafting system. In Open Beta 2.0, humiliating your opponent after you kill them is more than just a way to rub it in. Now, successful pwns can drop character parts that improve your defensive capabilities. Completed pwns don't guarantee an item drop, but longer pwns will increase your chances of getting rewarded. At launch, all players will start the game with 3 pwns of varying length, with even more of them for sale in the shop, though they are purchasable with gold only. Certain achievements will also yield new pwns, so keep an eye out for those. Like our weapons, character parts are separated into 5 tiers, with each tier offering cooler visual styles and more powerful defensive bonuses. Each part also has different protective functions. Heads offer headshot protection, chests act as overall armor, arms give you melee protection, hands increase your health regeneration speed, and legs provide you with explosive protection. All character parts, except for the default character, have defensive capabilities. Plus, each part can be leveled up by combining them with other parts in the crafting machine. Crafting items in Offensive Combat Open Beta 2.0 is easy. Just follow this simple process. Step 1. Select the base item that you want to level up. Note that the base item could break during the crafting process. Step 2. Select the sacrifice item that you want to draw the properties from. And this part is always consumed, very important. Step 3 is optional, and you can add protection to ensure that the base item doesn't break. Step 4, which is also optional, lets you add to increase the probability of a successful crafting result. And 5, click the craft button and see what happens. And that's it. With that procedure, players will be able to combine any 2 parts together regardless of their level or tier. But here's an early tip. Parts that are in the same category or same tier, like heads with heads or chests with chests, have an even better chance for success. Clicking the craft button can bring a wide range of results that are dependent on your formula and choice of add-ins. Those results include tier up, you get a brand new piece that replaces your base item that is 1 to 2 tiers higher. Level up, where your base item increases in level. No improvement, your base item is kept as is with no change. Or broken, where your base item breaks and you lose it. Experiment with different combinations to see what happens. And there you go, the new crafting system for Offensive Combat Open Beta 2.0. If you want to know more, don't forget to join us on relaunch day, September 5th, when we broadcast live on Twitch TV at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific to celebrate our game. See you then. There we go.
And we're back. And Chris is gone again. Every time we come back, it's like Chris leaves.
That's right. He's going to check on some more server statuses.
He's sort of managing that. So.
That's right. So to let you know. There's the crafting. Michael, can you talk a little bit about crafting that the video didn't cover in a more specific... Obviously, that was the overview. One of the questions that we got after that video came out, for example, was how likely some of those results would show up, right? Because you can have a successful craft, you can level, you can tier up, you can level up, you have no change or no improvement, as we call it in the game, or it could even possibly break. And a lot of people are like, well, what are the likelihood that you're going to get those different things? Can you talk a little bit about that?
I can't really give out direct numbers. I'd encourage people to try it out a little bit and see what it gives you. But we didn't tune it, so it was punishing. You know, we didn't want people breaking stuff very often. Like we want people to do pwns and get avatars, and and craft this stuff and level up and get better defenses for their characters. So we didn't want to just break it all the time. So probability-wise, breaking is one of the lowest chances you can get. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does,
it can happen.
But it can happen, and it will happen. And that's why we have protection in the game, so you can protect avatars that you don't want to break. And we also have lucky charms that increase your chances of better results in a craft, and effectively decreasing your chances of the negative results.
And they're also a part of this nutritious breakfast.
Absolutely. 100% USDA certified.
Lucky charms.
Awesome.
Chris, where were you? What were you doing?
Have you ever seen those commercials for, when you always have to go? Well, there you go.
Okay.
No, it wasn't actually. I was checking on some things, based on the feedback in the chat. I just ran and checked on some things, and a whole bunch of people should be taken care of. So
awesome.
Hopefully, we won't be seeing a lot of oh my God, my game doesn't connect. So
I'm rewinding this real quick. This is a new feature we've added to the game.
What is that?
I wanted to show everybody.
The lobby?
Yes. The lobby is something you guys we didn't have before.
Yeah, that's right. You choose a game type, or you just hit play game. It puts you into a lobby, and then that's where you get connected with the other players, and then at a certain point you actually vote for the map before you even enter. And it's a different way of us approaching matchmaking in general. So that pre-matchmaking, not the rating-based matchmaking, because if you hit play, you're going to be with players that are ranked similarly to you. At that point, then you guys can all vote on if you want to keep going into Pain House, which you can see, of course, everybody wants to go to Pain House and get those fast kills. But then you can choose, right? And then it does a final countdown, and it lets you guys all into the game together. A lot better than just hanging out in spectator mode waiting for everybody to arrive for the game to start, in my opinion. So that way you can change your weapons, right? You can do lots of other things. Coming soon, we'll have chat during that time frame as well.
You can tell everyone to vote. You can tell everyone to vote for Dry Run.
Push them to vote a particular map,
or to yell at them for not voting,
or to say hi to your friends. So yeah,
vote.
Why did you choose that one? Yeah, I mean that's there's a couple other new features that we added outside of just that lobby and the ability to a better map voting system, I think, than the last system. Also, all new sound effects for the weapons, all new tuning for all the weapons, new special effects. Pwns have a deeper purpose now. Can you talk a little bit? We just saw a pwn right there. Can you talk a little bit about what pwns do and how that whole system works?
Yeah, I mean I said this earlier, but you just mentioned a ton of different things. It's really an evolution of all the game mechanics. And one of the things that we really think is a really cool element of our game that you started to see a lot of people copy is the pwn system. And so we wanted to integrate that even more deeply into the game experience. And so we took all the avatar pieces and we made those rewards for pwning. And so now when you pwn, it actually can drop avatar pieces, and those avatar pieces can be crafted together into more powerful pieces. I'm not sure if I missed the crafting conversation, but
Well, we played the video.
you did.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, great.
it
Well,
never hurts to repeat.
yeah. So I mean, there's some really cool things. In my opinion, now you have a game outside of the game, right? There's a crafting game, and then there's the shooter part of the game, and that's really fun.
Sorry.
What's that?
Tramel's making me laugh. He's like, we're going to copy that.
Totally, right? So
Yeah.
this is what happens, right?
Yep.
You know, you do something innovative, and then guys like Tramel copy it.
Yeah.
And thanks for that comment earlier about the fat character not being able to go into your game.
I apologize for somewhat enabling that.
So yeah, I mean, it's totally different, right? And so some people would, you know, we've seen some people ask, you know, why would you do that, or that's not right. It shouldn't be in a first-person shooter. It's like, well, just because it hasn't been in doesn't mean it doesn't belong. And you know, my expectation is I've seen people react to it around the office similarly as we were designing it, and then now people really adopting it and going, this is actually really cool. And so, give it a chance. It's actually really a fun system. It really does something different than the game we had before, in that there's this counter of offense and defense. We didn't really have defense before except for skills, and now it's really, really important for you to, as you collect these parts, to craft them together, to get defenses, to stay competitive in the game, or even be more defensive than you are offensive. Like myself, I really am really bad at the game. I can actually put more defense on, work harder on that part of the game, and not have to get as many kills, not have to be at the top of the echelon to protect my character and play better in the game. It's definitely game changing in my opinion.
Another one of the additions that we've made that folks have noticed already for those who are playing is we now have team rebalancing in the game. And one of the questions that we have in there is, how many times per match will the team rebalance? And when does it happen?
It happens during match. It just determines after a while of a player not, it gives the player that left time to come back, right? Because they have a reservation. They might have dropped or gotten disconnected and things like that. And then there's a certain time frame, and then they rearrange players. You'll get a warning on screen. It'll say, hey, we're resetting. And you'll end up on the same team or another team, depending on whether you were the one chosen. And we've seen it work very well for the last couple of months. And
Yeah,
so,
it's nice when you have people
Look at
dropping out or leaving
Dustman just got pwned in the video.
for. It's nice. Yeah, it's nice when you have people leaving, and you're having a good time.
Yep.
You want to stay in the round, but it's 4-on-1.
Well, before
or
you,
6-on-2,
it was horrible. No, or
it was-
5-on-0.
It was awful.
Yeah,
So
that was no good.
so this fixes that.
For Unity-specific issues, I see for Ultra Incentive, Unity is crashing. Just try clearing your Unity cache, which is at unity3d.com/settings.
Web player /settings.
There you go. So try clearing that, and that should help. If you still run into the issue,
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah.
But most times it's just
It does happen
cache
every
issue.
every once in a while.
we were talking about esports stuff earlier and more
Sure.
competitive. And another question that we saw close to the release of Open Beta 2.0 this week was MLG. What's going on with MLG, Chris? Can you talk a little bit
Well,
about
right now
that?
MLG's not online. We're rethinking how we're handling that, and we're talking to MLG about, what the next steps are on that. And so we'll have some updates on that coming soon. But as always, we always intended to have our own tournament system in play. But that doesn't mean it's mutually exclusive of MLG stuff. So stay tuned for more information on that. But right now, it's not going to be hooked up until we figure out, how we want to take the new game into play with that. We changed a lot of stuff, as you've mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
And with the rating system, the ranking system, it's called OCR, Offensive Combat Rankings. It really changes the way that we have to matchmake and rank players against each other, and so we need to work that back into
As they're
MLG.
finding out as they play.
Absolutely,
Right now.
absolutely, yep.
Also, just to put a time frame on it, since we know we're getting a lot of folks asking about the tournaments right now are scheduled after the release of the game, not during the open beta phase. So just so we can manage expectations, it won't be an open beta.
I can't say for sure. Yeah, I can't say for sure on that. It's kind of out of our hands in terms of the discussions that are going on. And so, on the development side, I know we're, fast at work on tournaments and clans and leaderboards, and so those are all things that are priorities for us.
Seen a couple of things in the list there, and so wondering about character levels and how that works now What's the deal with character levels? Can you explain a little bit?
Sure. So our weapons now have tiers, and through those tiers, the power of the weapons goes up. So tier 2 is more powerful than tier 1, and so on. And now the characters also have tiers 1 through 5, and the defensive qualities of those character pieces follow the weapon power curve. So if you go up against a person who has a tier 2 weapon, and you have tier 2 defenses, it's a pretty even match. And if you have tier 2 defenses, but you go up against someone with a tier 2 weapon or a tier 3 or 4 weapon, they're going to be able to kill you faster. Conversely, if you have higher defenses with going against someone with a lower tiered weapon, they're going to have a harder time trying to kill you because you have this extra armor and whatnot. So, in a nutshell, that's kind of what the character tiers are all about.
Mm-hmm.
And then within each tier, those pieces can level up through crafting, and the defensive qualities will level up. So,
Hey Dunham, are you alluding to like the rankings, like the OCR versus like sort of the
Yes.
badge of honor level 50 guys?
Traditionally,
Because that's not there anymore.
Right.
Right. So there's no level 1 through 50. That was just
I
that
thought
was
you were
time
talking
spent,
about
yeah.
character
Well,
tiers.
it's all together how it works
Yeah.
now and what we have now versus.
Yeah, so he's asking about what are we going to do with rankings moving forward? Meaning, we have the OCR, which we've talked about. What about like my superficial ranking, like I'm a general?
Yeah.
Sure, or I was level 40
Yeah, whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah.
We're talking about that, and in the future, probably sometime in open beta, we'll have a system that is probably more like time-based, that just gives you a ranking based on the time that you've been in the game, just so players can have a reference of of your experience in the game.
Well, it's really similar to what we had before.
Yeah,
right, based on sort of
'cause experience
overall
was just
cumulative
time.
XP time. Yeah. So we're going to have a system like that, Dunham, that we're working out, but we wanted to focus on the actual matchmaking ranking part of that system first, and then the sort of superficial. I've got three stars, 4
Right.
stars, etc. Later on. I still see some of the same questions coming up because people are coming into the thing. The controls, right? The control remapping. Next update. It's actually finished and we're testing it right now. It should be in very quickly. So.
And just if you played the game before and you're wondering, well, you used to have it. We rebuilt the entire system, as you can tell, in terms of the UI and
there's really
a lot of the
nothing left
systems.
of the UI from the old system. So
And
we had to rebuild all of those elements, and some of those things were right on the edge of getting into the game, and just didn't make it. So almost.
So that will be there. Next update, we'll let you know as soon as that's ready. And then also we're seeing a lot of questions about the friends list now popping up and how that works. And Chris, take it away.
Sure.
Friends list.
Yeah. So friends. We have a lot of big features that have gone into this relaunch, and one of the things that we had before was friends, and we have a lot bigger ideas for friends this time, and so it's considered to us like a really big feature because we want to do groups and friends and chat in the lobby and things like that, and so we're working on really expanding that system, so it's taking a little longer. It is, I would consider that our number one priority coming out of this relaunch is getting friends list back in. Besides, technical issues, if people are having those and things like that. That is the number one feature that's coming in online. And so, while I can't say it's going to be, a few days, it's the next big feature you're going to get in the game is going to be the friends list back. For now, we want people to get in, play, progress, get the rankings right, tune that stuff, and get everybody going. And, obviously we appreciate all the help from the players that are coming in now. And then, just right around the corner, we're going to have the friends list back online.
We had some folks asking about how some of their usernames might be a little bit different than before. We've had some account merging if they had multiple accounts, and some other changes. Can you talk a little bit about how that worked and what happened?
Sure. If your name did get changed, it may have been illegal in terms of our criteria for legal and illegal names, and we had set these criteria a long time ago. Lots of people didn't follow the criteria and made their own names. And so if you have a name that you don't like and you want to change it, feel free to hit us up, and we'll try to address it as quickly as possible. We will have the ability to change your name coming into the game soon as well, and so that should alleviate anybody's future concerns on that. But you can go to support and go to the offensivecombat.com website and click on the support link.
What you're seeing right now?
Oh, he's showing it.
Yep.
It's at the bottom of the screen.
Right there.
And you can ask them, and they should be able to fix you right up. The intent isn't to screw up everybody's name. The intent was to make sure that all the accounts were pristine, and so that everybody got the things that they needed to get, and that when people had multiple accounts, they got merged together into one. And so if somebody had a Facebook account and a U4iA account, and they got merged together as the same user, we would likely take the extension of the other account and put that on the name. It's probably what some people are saying. If that's the case, send us a note if you don't like that, and we'll take care of it.
Aldrin Sending wants us to repeat Unity clearing thing. So you head to, see if we can do that actually. It's
pretty easy. Unity3D.com/web player, and then you click on settings.
You spelled Unity wrong.
It's Unity 3D.
No, it's Unity now.
No, it's not.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, and then,
that's what I spelled.
Yeah, and then there's a link that says web player settings. Unity3D.com/web player. Web player settings. It'll bring up. You'll see U4iA, and you just click on delete all, and it'll delete the cache, and you should be good to go. You may just have something in there that's conflicting with the new game.
Yep.
So that hopefully that'll help you out for those of you.
Yeah, we haven't had too much of that, but let us know if that works.
And Chris, you also wanted to let people know about Facebook logins in Europe, specifically about European fans logging in to use Facebook for now, right?
Yeah, so Facebook is online now. We will have the EU.com site up pretty soon. We're working out some payment things with that, and so we want to make sure that comes online successfully. It trailed the last release as well, but I don't expect it to take as long as it did the last time. So in the meantime, feel free to log in through Facebook and play.
One key thing to also remember, this is not necessarily official, but just a friendly reminder, is on Facebook, make sure that you select your region from where you're from, and Facebook will have a much easier time of understanding where you're supposed to go.
I just took a look, and I see some of the people are gone now that were complaining about not being able to go on, so I'm assuming that they've actually, it works now, but if you don't set a location for yourself, then you don't exist in terms of country, and so we don't allow every single country into the game because our servers handle certain areas of the world, and so we don't want people to have a bad experience, and because of that, if you have it set as no country, then that's basically an illegal country, and so that's what you were saying is people were actually set up as no country, and I checked that out, and so we fixed that while we were online.
So make
that's
sure
what I ran off to do.
Make sure that you select that. That should help handle a lot of those Facebook issues if you run into them. It's as simple as just saying, I'm from England, instead of nothing. So remember to put
Are you
that in
doing
there.
like an England-Ireland fight here?
No, not at all. It's all the UK, man. UK is okay. Trading or gifting? That's something that we have a lot. And then actually we've gotten to all the questions, almost.
Have we?
Almost. We have like one other one. Trading or gifting. Now that we have this system in place with weapon leveling and outfits and all that, is that something that we're looking at?
We've talked about it, and we kind of continue to talk about it, but we don't have anything really directly to say on that. No concrete plans on that yet.
Yeah, we have some pretty cool ideas, but nothing solid.
Yeah, I mean, these systems, while we've been working on them for a few months now, they're still pretty fresh for us, and we want to make sure that when we do that, we do it in the best way possible, that makes the most sense, and that also works with any future plans we have.
And we still want to do, user-generated content and things like that, and I would say the answer from me for that is that as those things come online, you'll see those elements come online as well, and so when user-generated content comes in, everybody wants to give everybody else their items and things like that, and so definitely see that, but I wouldn't say that that's any time in the near future. Longer term.
The Beast Killer wants to know of right now, are the mystery boxes fixed yet? So the mystery boxes are the whole thing is much different now.
Yeah, we don't have any spins end around. We don't have any slot machines. We don't have any mystery boxes. We do have some things in our special section of our shop which include if you want to buy a bunch of random parts in a box, you get a bunch of cool random parts, tier 1, tier 2, and then boosters and things like that. You can also buy in-game coin and
coins,
such.
XP coins and combos that do.
And then on top of that, in the shop
for boosters, you can't buy XP, but you can buy boosters.
You cannot buy XP. We don't sell progression.
That's what I meant. XP boosters.
Yeah, you can get boosters, but we don't sell XP itself. And in the shop as well, you can also look at the premium gear and premium weapons and things like that. And I was having fun playing against these guys the other day with some of that stuff on, and it's a lot of fun. You get to look really unique and different than all the other players, and they really kind of hunt you down. So it's kind of fun.
Yes, they do.
We had a lot of astronaut users the other day.
We did.
Quite
that was fun.
People.
It was like a space game.
So if this is the first time joining us, it's offensivecombat.com or facebook.com/offensivecombat. Today is the day that we're relaunching the game as Open Beta 2.0. A lot of new features that we've already covered and talked about. We've tried to answer every question that we've seen. Where's the control customization is the new top asked question.
Yep.
And again, it will also be our most frequent answer, which is in our next update, it will be there. It just missed the release today, but it is coming very next update. It'll be there, so don't worry.
Just want to test it a little bit more, and then we'll get it out the door.
That's right. And in terms of the game itself, not only has the UI changed, not only are we giving you a bunch of new options in terms of what to do with your weapons and how to upgrade your outfits, which is something we didn't have before at all. We've also made a bunch of crucial game changes, such as match balancing, better matchmaking in general. We've also added a lobby. We've allowed a much cleaner map voting. What keeps shaking the table?
It's probably one of our phones vibrating.
I'm in the middle of
There's lots of phones, and we're all leaning against the table.
And
no. Well,
that.
I'll add weapon progression, crafting. He mentioned lobbies and things like that. We have a new ranking system. We didn't get absolutely everything in. Key bindings was one of those things that didn't quite get in, and there was a whole bunch of things that we've been talking about in terms of clans and private servers and things like that, where we're working on those things. We have really cool ideas for them, and we don't want to go half baked on them. We want to get the full functionality of it and have it be not just the same old plain wrapper stuff that you see out there. And this is why we have put out what we have right now, which is something that is unlike most of the first-person shooters that you see out there. It's got a different type of progression system that is uncommon for shooters. Now it has a crafting system, which is very uncommon for shooters, maybe the only one. And we're trying some things out, and we want to see what you guys think, and we're really excited about them.
Yeah.
Bugotronic says there should be a chat in the game lobby. That's as Chris touched on earlier. That's
we
coming.
totally agree. Yeah, as we get the things added to the presence bar, friends in particular, grouping, chat will also come online during that time.
And we also have a couple people asking if there's a party system. Yes, that's also in the works. Chris touched on that earlier. That's part of the new friend system that we're going to have parties. Right now, the party limit that we're looking at is how many, guys?
4.
Yeah,
four.
4 is a party. Yeah, 4 is a party. 4 is a party. Interesting. So that's the base, and then when clans come online, those groups will become bigger, or the setups for play will be bigger groups together, invites and things like that.
And so all of those changes will be coming in our next several updates. As usual, we'll update you on the blog and here on the stream whenever something's coming. On our very next stream, we're going to show you the next map that we have coming, which is
cool.
called Last Resort. And
it's a great map.
That's the hint you get now.
Have we shown them at anything? I thought the last time we did a stream, we teased it.
Did we tease?
We didn't show them anything. We just kind of
was
said
was
it
like
coming.
a picture on one of the choices and the
it was just the menu screen.
Well, it's a gorgeous map.
It's very cool. Yeah.
It's a large map.
It was Dusty's favorite map when he did his developer profile.
Done by our one of our level artists who actually was leading the what's it called now? It was Burninator, now it's something else, Inferno. So he's the same guy that did Inferno as doing this one, and so you saw all the detail and coolness in that level, and so you're seeing a lot of the same things in this new one.
If you guys have any additional questions after the stream, you can always go to our forums, at which you can easily find at offensivecombat.com or U4iAGames.com. We're also going to be posting a FAQ very, very soon that goes down a lot of the questions we've answered today. in terms of what the new features are and what some of the where some of the old features, what happened to them. So look for that in the near future. And if you have any feedback whatsoever, we do read it. We like to hear it. We want to talk to you. We want to know what you think. Please make sure that you let us know. I'm going to go grab everyone to say goodbye real quick.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect.
So talk amongst yourselves.
Do we have any more questions? Let's see.
Let's see what we got here.
Everybody's answering their own questions now because they're in the game and in the chat. So we're going to bring the team over, say a big goodbye for the and then all get in the game.
Yeah. There was a
Actually go
question
play.
about how to convert OXP.
Yeah, so XP, if you build up OXP, it's a free XP in the game. You can convert that by using gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you can do that on the weapon screen itself, or you can do that.
Yeah, the weapon
Oh,
tree,
here we
the
go.
individual
They're
weapon
starting
tree
to
you can
come.
do that from. So
There we go.
I'm going to
Uh-oh.
scoot in here.
There's a lot of artists.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Creepy artists.
they're on the way.
Sweep
Sweep the leg, man.
E-Ray.
He says
How's
Duncan.
Harry-
He says
how's Harry Potter?
Duncan.
One thing earlier, Trammell, is you guys know you guys used to work with him, right?
We
He said
did,
that he
we
wants
did.
to do a U4iA versus
I heard that.
SOE sort of match. So.
Yeah, so Trammell is the art director on PlanetSide 2, and we all worked with him before. So
Yep.
Duncan versus Trammell.
So
Trammell will
we
be like,
would
I will
take
kill him.
we would take that challenge, right? U4iA
Absolutely,
versus.
absolutely.
So consider that challenge accepted. We'll figure out what that means.
Yeah,
and,
totally.
We'll approach it. And we don't even know what it means. We're like, we'll do it.
We'll do- yeah,
All right. So we'll see you in the future. This is the development team.
Not
This
not
is-
all of it.
Not all of it.
Who's left over there?
No, programmers.
Oh yeah.
They're
There
hiding.
you go. Well, they're all hiding.
We'll leave them alone because they have a lot to do as always.
That's right.
But thanks to everybody for joining us. If you want to play the game, it's at offensivecombat.com. We'll be on the forums after this, checking out what you say. This game is
And
possible.
playing the game.
That's right.
That's right.
And everything you see in the game is possible because of these people back here. So thank you to you guys.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
we hope you
Special
enjoy.
Doom monster reward. It's upside down. No,
We
it's
hope
not.
you enjoy Open Beta 2.0. We'll be back again on our stream on September 19th.
Yep.
And we're going to have a first look at Last Resort then.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Looking
So,
forward to it.
Thank you, everybody. See you in
See
the
ya.
game.
Cheers.
Bye.